Great. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the SRI Symposium. Yeah, we're so excited to have you guys here. We're so excited to, welcome you guys to the culmination of 8 weeks of growth and of incredibly hard work. And to all of our mentees, we just want to quickly say you should all be incredibly proud of yourselves for all the work you've done thus far. At this point, you are the author of a soon-to-be published literature review or original paper, the creator of a scientific poster, and a more informed student of the topic and field you and your mentor have chosen. And we're so happy to see how each of you has developed as students, critical thinkers, and communicators in the past 8 weeks. So please give yourselves a pat on the back. Well done. And yeah, so to reiterate, the symposium marks your final commitment to this year's SRI. And this is your chance to showcase what you've learned and talked about, and have a chance to talk about the research. And it's also an opportunity for you to show your mentors your gratitude and for them to see how much you've learned with them. Mentors, we want to take this opportunity to also express our immense gratitude to you guys. You're the backbone of this entire effort. We thank you for your commitment to mentorship, your willingness to engage, and just for supporting us in our mission to democratize access to research. We hope you, the mentors, have found this summer of mentorship valuable in your own way. And we hope that you may work with us again in future iterations of the program. Yeah, we cannot thank you enough. Thank you. Thank you so much, mentors. And yeah, before we launch into our presentations, Hugh, our co-pres, is going to say a few words, and we'll follow that with a brief walkthrough of the logistics of the symposium, just so everyone's on the same page. And yeah, with that, I'll hand it off to you, Hugh.
Thanks, Sean. Can I get a sound check? Can we hear me?
You're good, Hugh.
Awesome. So the Harvard Undergraduate Open Bio Laboratory was founded just over 2 years ago by students seeking to foster a collaborative community at Harvard, passionate about using biology to build a better world. Since then, our mandate has drastically expanded to include not only our regular on-campus activities, such as our fellowship program and dinners with physicians and researchers and biotech people around Boston, but also our worldwide conferences and now the Student Research Institute. This program was designed and implemented by the directors of the program and the Open Bio Engagement Team directors, Sahil Sood and Sean Meng, to provide high school students such as yourself across the world with research opportunities usually available to only college undergraduates. Through tailored mentorship and support, SRI has sought to give participants the opportunity to begin realizing their potential as burgeoning scientists. Though not without the occasional growing pain, as can only be expected with a program such as this, SRI has been a wonderful success to us. And I'd like to thank a learning experience for all affiliates, including staff members, mentors, and most importantly, you, our student researchers. Over the past 8 weeks, the Open Bio team has been continually impressed and inspired with the passion and potential of each of you as scientists, not just to push the boundaries of our collective knowledge, but to better your communities and the world. Science and all the fields that rely on it, from technology to policy, has great need of your perspective and your ideas, which represent the diversity necessary to address the most pressing questions of today and the future. We are confident that your time with the SRI has furthered your commitment to rigorous scientific inquiry, and that as you go forward, you will maintain the same sense of curiosity and drive that we first saw in your applications. I have no doubt that each of you will go forward and find success, either in scientific research or another field, and we fervently hope that you will look back on your time here with fondness. Thank you, friends and family, for your continued support and care for your students. Thank you, mentors, for your guidance, feedback, and expertise, for allowing your mentors to flourish. And thank you, scientists, for your countless hours of work. We are really, really looking forward to seeing the result. Before passing it off to Sahil for his brief reminder about the logistics of today, there's one final thing I need to say that is important, and it's about how you present your relation to Open Bio and the Student Research Institute going forward. So as previously said, you should be immensely proud of your work throughout this summer. Not many high school students have had the opportunity to put together poster presentations and submit manuscripts for publication. As many of you look towards your next steps, whether they're other research opportunities or college applications, we hope that you'll be able to speak. We really want you to be able to speak about your experience with the SRI, and that will offer you, the opportunity to demonstrate your passion for research, your experience, etc. Having successfully completed this program, presenting here today, receiving a certificate of completion from us shortly, you are welcome to include your status as an SRI participant on college or internship applications, your resume or LinkedIn or elsewhere as needed. And we really, really hope that you do. We want this to be something that helps you out going forward. But when you do so, you must, and I repeat, must refer to yourself as a student researcher with the Harvard Undergraduate Open Bio Laboratories Student Research Institute. Now, I know that's a mouthful, but the most important thing here is that you only refer to Open Bio, us, as either the Harvard Undergraduate Open Bio Laboratory, Open Bio, or the Open Bio Lab, and that you do not intentionally misrepresent the role that Harvard University played in this program, which is no role. This is important for us as an organization because though we are affiliated, we are not claiming any kind of representation of Harvard University. And so you as well, please need to respect that and what our relation is to the program. If you have any questions about that expectation, please refer them to Sahil or Sean via Slack or email. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to today. And now we will pass it to Sahil for logistics.
Great. Thank you, Hugh, for all of the information. Again, feel free to reach out to Sean or I if you have any questions about any of that. I went over most of this via Slack, but I'll kind of talk about how the logistics of today are going to work. In a few minutes, I believe our presentation started exactly 12:15. So in about a minute or two, when I finish this, Sean will open 5 breakout rooms. You will be able to access all of these breakout rooms, as in you're not going to be placed into them. It is your job to click on the breakout rooms button and then to go into the breakout room that is associated with your specific room. Now, at all times, you don't need to be in your room. One of the things and the reason why we structured it this way is so that you can move in between rooms to watch other people's presentations. And so if you have another friend in the program whose presentation you want to watch, or mentees or mentors, if you want to watch someone else's presentation, you're welcome to shift in between rooms. Just make sure that you are at your room around 10 to 12 minutes before your allotted presentation time. That is absolutely important because we may move a little bit ahead of schedule. There may be some people that end up having shorter presentations. We've allotted 5 minutes for each presentation, but if someone finishes early, we're going to move on to the next presentation. So if you are in your room at exactly your presentation time, we may have already moved past you. If we move past you, there is no guarantee that you will be allowed to present. And if you do not present today, then that means that you will not have a chance to be considered for publication, nor will you be featured on any of SRI's communications or on the website. So please keep that in mind. In addition to all of that, I'll say that, again, we're very proud of all of you guys, but please keep in mind to have some level of professionalism while your other peers are presenting. Don't ask questions, don't bother them in the chat and things like that. Just be mindful. You can cheer them on, you can Slack them any questions that you have, but try not to clutter the chat itself or make any sort of visible reactions that may distract them while they're presenting. In terms of the workflow as to how this is going to go, the SRI member in your room, in one of your 5 rooms, will be screen sharing a slideshow that is in order based on the schedule. And so they will introduce the person who's speaking. Your 5 minutes will start when you begin speaking. You'll give your presentation, and then we'll move on to the next person after that. All presentations will be recorded, and the recordings will then be sent to our panel of judges for review, and that's how we will determine the winners of the awards. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask them now. We would prefer not to do it when we get into the breakout rooms. Cool. Doesn't look like there are any. I think the last order of business before we get started is we want to take a quick cohort-wide picture, if that's possible. So if anyone who has their camera off could turn their camera on, just so we can take one big cohort picture, that would be greatly appreciated. So as many of you as you can that can turn your camera on, please do so.
Sahil, before that, we had a couple of questions come in the chat, if you could address those.
Oh, sorry, my chat is not open. I cannot see those. Give me 1 second. Will anyone receive okay, are the top students based on how well we present? Melanie, to answer your question, it's based on both your paper and your presentation. So both factors are considered in terms of handing out the awards. In terms of personal recordings of your presentation, each individual room will be uploaded to YouTube. You can then just like snip the recording to figure out your individual presentation times in a sense. Feel like that shouldn't be too difficult, but all of these will be openly available on YouTube if that helps address those questions.
Cool.
Great.
Audrey, if you could stop screen share and then we'll take that quick photo, and then we'll get into it.